Welcome back, guys, to episode number 22. Today, we're going to be diving into the Knicks pregame with the Pacers, the team that beat us in the playoffs last season. So, different team now, different Knicks team. So, I'm looking forward to what this is going to be, and also bouncing back for that ugly game that we had with Boston Celtics, which was a blowout. So, hopefully, we can turn the tables around and do the blowout on the Pacers tonight. Definitely, we need to avenge ourselves. This is going to be the game that we really need to step up. But before we get started, guys, before I dive in, I please ask if you guys can go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. A comment goes a long way. So anything, an emoji, fire, anything you guys like, drop it in the comments. And let me know who's your best player of the game in the comments. That's going to be your predictions of leading the game today. But let's get started, guys. I want to go ahead and dive in. These are the players on screen right here that's going to be the most impactful for me in the game. Karl-Anthony Towns needs to be that guy that we brought in from the Minnesota Timberwolves, where we shipped out Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. He's going to be the guy that's going to have to take us over the hump and take us to the winning spot on this game. So I do see Jalen Brunson being the leader, but Karl-Anthony Towns needs to step up and be that MVP player for us. So I expect Karl-Anthony Towns to be our highest scoring player in this game. Definitely that pick and roll can step up with Jalen Brunson and him, and we can start seeing that chemistry building. So hopefully this is going to be the game that they're going to be able to start gelling. The sixth man that I think that should be our guy, just like the other night, Celtics, our improved player, Deuce McBride, a guy that we're trying to probably trade on the off season during the summer. I'm pretty sure Deuce McBride was in conversation, but the Knicks did not want him to ship him off. They did ship off for Goop, but we still have Deuce McBride, and he guys show what he's about and what he's going to be displaying this whole season. So Deuce McBride to have an excellent game as well. Very impactful game coming off the bench. Hopefully he starts in the upcoming games and, becomes a starter player once in a while, being that rotational player. But, most likely he's going to be off the bench, and they're going to start off with Josh Hart as well. The two players that I think that need to really step up, if this game will go nowhere if we can't play defense. We brought these two guys, OG Anunoby, $240 million contract, Mikal Bridges that we traded for him from Brooklyn Nets, where we, dropped in all of our chips, not all of them, but most of our picks for Mikal Bridges. So I hope he did turn things around in the second half against the Celtics. So, I believe the Knicks are in a good spot to win this game. Hopefully they blow it out, and they are the favorites. If you look at the money line, they have the New York Knicks 205, and they have them winning by 4.5. So, I think this is going to be a moderate scoring game. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. Hopefully the Knicks lock it in defense. But the Pacers did beat the Detroit Pistons. So, they're coming off a win. So who knows? And, I know there's a lot of things going around, Jalen Brunson fighting Tyrese Halliburton and in the wrestling match. So hopefully that's something that, we doesn't come in and motivate him, that Jalen Brunson, kind of, wrestle him in the wrestling match. So hopefully that's not something that motivates him. I think that was just marketing there. But hey, it's something fun to look at, and that's awesome that these guys are involved and staying relevant and making themselves relevant for the NBA. So but let me also give you guys the stats of the last game. The Knicks shot well, field goal percentages against the Boston Celtics, but three-pointer they shot 40%, not much, but says what killed us, like I said in my other recap of the game, was turnovers. We didn't protect the ball, and obviously we didn't play defense. And you can see that we had 12 turnovers. If you can protect the ball and they don't capitalize on turnovers, I think the Knicks are going to be lying for a win in this game. Hopefully take this game out of the waters in the first quarter, just like the Celtics did. So hopefully, the Pacers are a good team. They do have good players. You have Tyrese Halliburton. They got Pascal Siakam, and they do have a squad. They do have their squad. And I don't want to just brush them off as well, because the
the Celtics did come to reality a little bit. They were playing the Wizards. And, they weren't playing the type of game that they play against us. I don't know, the motivation wasn't there or something like that. Maybe they were tired, but they did play different. The pressure is higher when you play the Knicks. They always want to prove a point against the Knicks. So teams are going to come at it. That's why we always have to be ready. We got to be ready for this game as well. Even though we can have the Celtics, we still have to play well, better than what we played in the game with the Celtics. But, giving stats, the last game with the Pacers, the Pacers shot 50% field goal, so they are very efficient. 3-pointers, they almost shot 30%. The free throws, I guess it was a very high free throw game. They shoot very well in free throws as well. Turnovers, they did have a lot of turnovers, so hopefully OG and Mikal Bridges can capitalize on this, and maybe we can see some improvement in Cat and protecting the rim. So we can definitely see a more defensive game. But we can't really shy away. This is a different team. Maybe they didn't come with a lot of motivation. Obviously the Pistons are not of an elite team in the NBA, but and teams come with less motivation. They do take it a little bit easier, but it's still an NBA team, and the Pistons were in there. They were in there. So Pascal Siakam had 19 points on their previous game with the Pistons. Miles Turner had 20 points. Tyrese Halliburton had 15 points. Looks like this. Maturin had 19 points as well, and TJ McConnell. I love TJ McConnell. I know we have our Tyler Kolek, but the Pacers do have a very deep team. Look how they produce. Obviously this was the Pistons, and they probably took out the Pistons out of the game quickly. So I would say don't take this team lightly. If we can shut down, Miles Turner and bring down, the ability of Tyrese Halliburton, take him out the game. But it looks like the bench of the Pistons do have some firepower in that bench. So I think they're not going to be the team that you can just brush away easily. So it's gonna come with a lot of efforts, and that's why I always say that it's going to come back to Karl-Anthony Towns. He's going to have a big game for us, So I'm going to move this guy right up here. He's going to be our guy that's going to have to step it up. And when it comes to the leader of the team, is definitely going to be Jalen Brunson, our sixth man of the game, just like he did it on with the Celtics, is going to be Miles McBride. And our two defensive guy that should lock things down are going to be these two players. They're going to have to shut down the Pacers and really take them out this game. But, if we really can capitalize on defense, Karl-Anthony Towns stepping up and Jalen Brunson being that leader that he is, it's going to be a nice game, a blowout game. Josh Hart, I don't have him on the screen here. He definitely does his thing. But he's not the offensive guy, the starter guy. Josh Hart is that guy that gives us that rotational guy that can roll with the bench players and can roll with that second unit and can roll with the starter unit. So he's very diverse like that. He can play that type of game. One of the best defensive players. So in there, so that trio there with OG and Mikal Bridges, I highly emphasize these two players because we made the move. The Iron Man, OG Anunoby, that wingman, they have to protect the perimeter shot. So hopefully we can display that. I don't want to see Tyrese Halliburton hitting those threes that he be hitting out of nowhere. So that's where we brought these guys, and they have to put a stop. And hopefully the motivation for us to bounce back. The game that we had, this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one that we're going to definitely put that loss that we had with the Celtics to sleep, and then move on and start gelling with the team. So hopefully, and also we need to avenge the loss that we did in the that we got in the playoffs by this team. So definitely the Knicks are a different team. I think they're still the second best team in the NBA right now. Obviously, until we prove this to the fans in the NBA and the Celtics that we are better and we will not lose the way that we lost with all those 3-pointers that they were hitting, then we can't call ourselves the best team in the NBA. I mean, I believe it inside me, but we can't really justify that if we can't beat the best team. So this is a great start. This is a great opportunity for the Knicks to kind of just put the put everything to sleep with what happened in the season opener. So, guys, hopefully I provided some good information. Go enjoy the game tonight. Knicks, I have the Knicks winning tonight as well. They're gonna definitely have a game. Player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns. The Celtics, not the Celtics, the Pacers are not an easy team to beat. Just so obviously they're not the Celtics, but the Knicks have to come in, gun smoking, just actually scoring a massive amount of points and make those Knicks fans excited at MSG, and Knicks fans go all out, guys, and make noise at this at the arena. Get the garden going, guys, because I know it's gonna be bumping, it's gonna be shaking, it's gonna be so loud. I think we're gonna have a great game. So, guys, go Knicks! Salute, guys.